I'm going to critique this mansion in Colorado, so if you decide to buy, design, build a property yourself, you won't make the same mistakes. I'm Arvin Haddad, I'm the how to buy mansion guy. Let's watch this video together.
So the importance of natural light in Colorado is one of the first things we think about. We want to really allow every location in the house to have natural light come in.
Not necessarily. I mean, not in wintertime when the sun is low and you got a ton of snow on the ground. The reflection could be blinding you. Like you would need sunglasses inside, like in this video. What you need is a strategy or light management, right? You want all the natural light in. You want those sceneries during the, spring, summer, and fall, but not in wintertime. Now, I'm considering how often these actual vacation homes, which most of them are, get used during that time. You really want to plan for it.
A lot of the rooms in these houses, the art is actually the scenery, the view, and it could be, golden aspens in the fall or Finnegan's Peak that's just framed perfectly. So taking advantage of views in nature and natural light really begin to make up the style.
How would you rate this architectural style? I'm going to rate it later in the video. I'll give you guys 3 seconds to make your own decision, and then we'll talk about it later in the video, okay? 3, 2, 1.
It's interesting to observe nature and architecture interact with each other. A perfect balance between the two can be accomplished through organic material selection, smart design choices, and an immense focus on connectivity to the outdoors. And all these qualities combined is what we're looking at today, a home that lives in harmony with this mountain environment.
Does this house live in harmony with the mountain environment for you guys? This is not a home. This looks like a private jet airport terminal to me. Like this is their terminal and that's the control tower above. I've never seen a property, actually a single family villa, intrude into the nature, a single family home that you've got a townhouse attached to it. Like it looks ridiculous. I don't know where is NS seeing this integration, because I'm not seeing it at all.
Now, let's go this way for a second. This is your long private driveway that brings you up to the property.
Okay, private driveway approach, check. It seems like a massive estate, ranch type of a property with a lot of acreage. You have that private driveway coming up. Now, this part of it is not really tree line. I think they're trying to kind of let you enjoy the view as you're going up. But I believe at some point, when you get closer to the property, it is actually tree line. And it does look beautiful.
All right, let's face this way. Let's look at the exterior for a second. I really like this vertical siding design where you can see the unfinished surface of the wood panels.
Beautiful. I love the material. Really setting the tone. Just natural wood, like completely different planks of wood next to each other. And then matching it with copper. Beautiful, beautiful finishes. I really, really like this, setting the mood like this. It gives this contemporary feel, but it's telling you it's going to be a rustic home. Now, architecturally, there's something missing, right? It seems like as of right now, architecturally, they've kind of built a kind of a white box and then they just clad it with cool material. But let's hold judgment on that for a while.
And then over on this side, you can see the overhang design,
which looks industrial. Okay, it looks like a little bit of like downtown LA warehouse. I wouldn't have gone for this look, but overall, again, I just like the color palette I'm looking at. I'm looking at the choice of material. Very pleasing to the eye. It's giving you, setting you up to get inside and get excited. I really like it.
And going to the other side, you can see the walkway that takes you to the right wing where we have the pool house and the pool.
Nice. I mean, a lot of times I think these properties will show themselves so much better in fall or spring. Shooting them in winter is a really risky choice. I don't know why NS keeps doing this, because I get like the whole ski experience, but they're just much more beautiful and the scenery is nicer and the landscaping actually shows itself in, other seasons.
This main entry is also covered and you can see the 𝗕𝗓𝗃 siding.
Okay. They switched it up immediately. This one is not so far off the other, but I don't know if I would have used 2 wood materials in large scale next to each other. I would have minimized one and maximized the other. So I would have kind of kept one as an accent and not committed a whole section of the side of a property with one and a whole nother section with another one, right? I think you need definitely to have a dominant feature and a not so dominant as an accent, right? Either one. I think I like the other one more, and this could have been an accent, but it's kind of weird that they've put two different material equally on each side of the property.
And let's talk about why they chose these materials on the exterior. Number one, the woods that we're seeing on the exterior are locally sourced. So these materials come from Colorado.
They're both really beautiful. The more I look at it, I like both of them. Maybe they were divided. They liked both of them too, and they didn't know which one to use more. But again, as far as design goes, you want to have a dominant one and you want to have an accent one.
As we step inside, you'll immediately notice the unique and interesting layout of this home. It's connected by a walkway that ties the first floor together, creating a cohesive and inviting space. The kitchen, dining area, and family room are all located on this side of the walkway, providing a great space for gathering and entertaining. One of the highlights of this home is the courtyard situated in the center.
You're looking at this and you're like, Arvin, I've seen your other video. It's like a square-shaped house with a courtyard in the middle, like the house in Utah. It's going to have connectivity issue. It's going to be room to room to room. Correct. But you know what's fascinating is that architects draw these things on their, drafting papers and commit to, like the customer says, I want to have an internal courtyard. And then they draw a square. And then they commit to that square, and the whole design becomes about the square, where they don't think about, okay, maybe it could be a smaller square. Maybe it doesn't have to be completely center. Maybe one side of the square could have more depth, where you can connect rooms together in a better way, where there's a lot easier and more natural flow. No. Once the square is drawn on the drafting paper, the square it is, we're committing to it, we're going all square.
Later in the tour, we'll check out the 3-story tower that contains the primary bedroom and 2 guest suites stacked on top of each other.
Mayday, mayday. Such a control tower. I like how he called it the tower as well. Literally looks like a, private airport, main building. And even has an antenna. It's like, come on, dude. Like, who came up with this design?
Now, let's make our way back to the front entry and continue exploring the rest of this stunning home. I really like the warm tones here. Wood-clad ceilings. On the floors, we have Douglas fir and cut.
Beautiful. Again, nightmare to clean because garbage is going to get between the pieces, but optically, beautiful.
Off of the entry, that door opens up to a powder bathroom, stone vanity with chrome legs.
Okay. I'm not getting cabin vibes here. The first door you open, the first powder experience is this chrome with tile and like a volcanic rock. Is this Colorado? If winter, summer, it's not Colorado. Chrome is not Colorado. I don't know what made them decide to go with these finishes in this powder room.
Now coming here, you have your coat closet. I love the color here and how the cabinetry contrasts nicely.
Okay, it's tasteful in its execution, but I don't know if it's practical in its use. If you're having 2-3 families visiting at the same time, coming back from the slopes, this is inadequate, and it's going to be so messy and so exposed to the rest of the house that it would make a mess and it would be a nightmare to clean. A mudroom in a ski resort destination needs to be tucked in and much bigger.
Now follow me this way. This door opens up to the first bedroom suite.
Okay, nice. I like it. I see the Madman, 1960s look. Interesting take. Okay.
Super spacious, king-size bed, built-in cabinetry there.
There's something missing, right? Like, you can use older material like this, but the art is just way off. I think somebody who'd have the eye for mid-century 1960s styles would recognize it. Most people will look at this and be like, what are you doing? Like, that's some old furniture. They won't really necessarily get it. You need to encompass that design and really take it a little bit farther for people to realize what the hell you're doing. One thing I'm noticing though right away is the amount of white in the room. I like the wood closet. The wood floors on the bottom is dark. Again, I like the choice of material, but it's a pretty dark color. But then I'm seeing a lot of white, and I don't like that in a winter cabin. I want to see more wood.
Now, coming here, we have the full bathroom.
Oh my God, another disappointing bathroom. Come on, dude. I've never seen a bathroom like this in a winter experience. I've skied all my life. I've gone to a lot of different ski resorts. I haven't seen it anywhere. These chrome fixtures on a what are you? What happened with the exterior, dude? You were going all rustic. You were giving us kind of industrial vibes a little bit. And then we come in. I don't even know what this soulless vibe is.
You have your heated towel rack, beautiful vanity with chrome legs.
Beautiful vanity with chrome legs. Yeah. This is not beautiful to my eye. And chrome is the last type of material I'm expecting in a winter cabin or a ranch for that matter. Forget about winter. Like, when I'm thinking Colorado, I'm not thinking chrome.
Back to the entry. Now, look how beautiful this hallway is. Same wood-clad ceilings continue. This door here opens up the small patio where they have their barbecue. It again faces the west, and it serves as a nice light and air tunnel because on the other side, we have the sliding glass doors opening up to a courtyard.
Okay, so you have a courtyard wow factor. There's a little bit of a tunnel effect, right? Like walkway effect to hold the anticipation. I know we're going to get views at some point. They're holding it back. They're giving us the courtyard. I am not disappointed.
And this hallway connects all the rooms to each other. On top of that, talking about integrating every single room, every single moment to the exterior, this courtyard really accomplishes that.
Really? It does that? I mean, because the only room I see connected is the hallway. There's no integration on this side. There's a big wall on this side. I actually don't believe you, Enes. From what you're showing me, there's only a hallway integrating so far.
Same vertical siding detail that we saw on the exterior, they also brought it here.
They should have brought it on the interior. Again, I'm kind of disappointed that they didn't continue that. That would make the place so much warmer. It will bring so much character. So far, we've seen two different type of wood finishes, kind of that interesting wood pieces on the floor, which is a darker brown, and then we are seeing wood ceilings, which is a different tone. And they're kind of like on the opposite spectrum of my optical vision, right? Like on the bottom and on the top, and in between I'm seeing white. So I don't know how I feel about that. It's a little bit off to me.
Now we have this opening taking us to the kitchen. White modern cabinetry, massive island in the center, bar seating, stainless steel countertop.
Dude, this looks like a chef's kitchen. This doesn't look like it. What happened? You gave us freaking amazing exterior finishes. You kind of promised us a rustic modern. Now we're coming in, our main kitchen looks like a freaking chef's kitchen.
From your kitchen, you walk straight to the outside and look at these views. I mean, this is breathtaking. You just walk outside, patio is heated.
You lose your eyesight staring out. So much natural light coming in. This is what I'm talking about. In winter time, you got to plan this ahead, right? And pay attention. There's no curtains. There's no shades on the inside. There's no light management. There's no light planning. No anticipation of, God, like in winter time, this place is going to be lit. And then they went out and made a white kitchen. like, God, you can't make this stuff up.
I love snowy climates, and I know that you and I travel a lot to film these homes in the wintertime. But in the summertime, it kind of takes on a totally different personality as well.
Absolutely.
And I feel like a lot of people associate these homes as kind of ski getaways and kind of winter homes and that kind of thing. But it may be even more beautiful in the summertime.
I agree. They a lot of times are more beautiful in summertime. But a lot of times people in summertime are at their beach resorts, right? So they get visited less. And if you look at Airbnb rental prices, I can promise you in the wintertime, for Vail, it's going to be the most expensive.
All right, let's go back in. By the way, off of the kitchen, we have a small seating area.
Dude, that's an understatement. You're like in the TV. You're so close to the TV. It's like, you can't even walk there. Like, you have to go around it. Horrible arrangement of furniture, right? The red furniture in that corner. Why would anyone sit there? And it's just so lit with all the white walls, white ceiling. They forgot to even continue the natural wood inside over here.
Rest of your built-ins, fridge and freezer, ovens down here, and yeah, just a beautiful kitchen.
That was not a beautiful kitchen. And the fact that the seating arrangement was so strangely tight, it tells me that they really initially committed to that square shape. You remember the square shape design? Once they committed to that, that was like a main decision. And then they fit everything around it to make that square shape design work. And that's a huge problem. If you really want to go with a, function over form, we should always try to do both, by the way, okay? But if you're going with more function, you should start with the sofa. Start with that the experience. And what is going to be the experience of this dining room? What do I want them to see? There's two ways of looking at it, right? Coming up with the design and then making everything fit, or coming up with the user experience and then building around it. And then if you've done both of them enough times, it will happen simultaneously.
We have a service hallway here, coffee maker, few fridges and few refrigerator drawers, and this hallway takes you to the dining room. Beautiful rustic oval table in the center, seating for 10, 2 chandeliers above, fireplace around the corner, very cozy space.
This is not cozy at all. This is like all white. Do you see how washed out this room is? They did not plan for the winter experience, okay? Now, I'm actually noticing possibly automatic shades here where you can block the sun. I don't know if 𝗕esse is not showing it or if it's another feature that I don't know about. But overall, they really did not get their mix of interior material right like they did on the exterior. I think on the exterior they did a phenomenal job. Like they brought two different types of wood, they both worked right and matched it with copper, and it seemed like it had a good landscaping even though we couldn't see much. It was such a good setting you up for the interior. And then on the inside they really did not match the same level.
And yeah, this is the dining room. By the way, this fireplace is double-sided.
This fireplace sucks. What is this? It's so lost. Again, to me, when I'm zooming out here, I'm like, what were they trying to do? Like, I see some 1960s Mad Men like style elements in here, but they didn't fully commit to it, right? They kind of use it as a kind of a very mild accent that if you don't know, you wouldn't even know, right? But then they didn't go with the winter cabin. They're just going with the square shape with a lot of windows. This wall is boring. It's completely boring. The dining experience is like, don't look at anything inside. We do not have anything for you. Only look out outside. Okay, it's a play for maybe 2-3 seasons, but wintertime, you're screwed. Like, you got to put your sunglasses on and, not look outside.
Before we leave on this hallway, we got this beautiful, kind of a discreet bar.
Okay, do you see what I'm saying? Like, there's an element of 1960s. You see that back wall, the old wood finish. Again, not fully committed. They're like, it's a 10% accent. They could have taken it a little bit more, maybe 20-30%. They could have continued with this element and made it a little bit, owned it a little bit more.
Copper countertops, some cabinetry down below, sink here, this beer tap.
Was that Bill Clinton? I think that's Bill Clinton. So what is he doing here? He's drinking it up at the bar.
Follow me this way, another long hallway. Again, beautiful wood class ceilings.
You see, this wall is not allowing you to integrate this room with the room he's about to show you. He mentioned that this courtyard is like something that everyone gets to enjoy from the inside. I'm not seeing that. I'm just seeing it's an element for the hallways only.
And over on this side, we have the family room. I love this space. Curated furniture, textures, colors, simplicity of the room, and of course the focal point is the sliding glass doors.
The sliding doors are the focal points because they're overexposed. The floor has more reflection than the sky above because it's completely white, right? It's just shining in, overexposing it. And then you got two white walls amplifying that in the interior, and then a room that is completely washed out. To me, the focal point is this couch, which is completely oversized and is trying to give a hint of 1960s or 70s, and then the most ridiculous, uncozy fireplace I've ever seen, which is really the identical version of the fireplace we saw in the dining room. This look might look cool in fall. It might look cool in spring, but it looks completely overexposed and dead in winter. I would have personally liked wood paneled walls, and then I would not have picked floor to ceiling windows for this room. I would have suggested, look, for some of the rooms, the sun in the winter is going to bother you. So create that winter cabin element for the fireplace room. After ski, everyone's going to come get hot chocolate, hang out, make that room more cozy.
You just feel very comfortable being in this room. You even have a low coffee table here.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like that 1960s element is definitely there. And I think this property, for sure, it shows itself 10 times better in other seasons than winter.
Even though we're looking at the same view corridors, give or take, because of the orientation and furniture selection and how these rooms interact with the exterior, each one of the spaces feel totally different.
They don't. Stay look. Do you get a different experience in each room? The kitchen, washed out. The formal dining area, washed out. This room, completely washed out. It's exactly the same experience. They've actually been very consistent.
Hallway takes you to the other wing, opens up to the courtyard.
Do you see how when you have two openings on each side, the energy just escapes? I didn't really mind the fact that, you know, none of the interior rooms had this moment. What would have been really interesting is that if they didn't go with this perfect shape square, they could have had an interior space that only opened up to the courtyard, like a TV room or a library or an office, right? Where natural light, you don't need that much natural light, and you could have given a kind of a Zen experience on the inside. That would have been interesting.
But let's take everybody outside to this patio. Beautiful frame. Fireplace here, some wood beams above us. We can see these copper shingles a little bit closer.
Okay, pay attention here. You have 5 different material interacting with each other. Way too many. You have copper shingles, you have limestone floors, you have natural stacked stones over here, you have wood beams on this side, and then you have different color wood beams over here. Absolute mistake, right? And they're almost all in equal proportions except the wood beams on the top. One needs to be the dominant, the rest of them have to be accents, okay? And 4 or 5 is way too many. It's probably the case where they're connecting 2 rooms and they're all the materials meeting each other. But this is not, it's too crowded, it's too busy, it hurts the eye.
This is breathtaking. Every time we travel to Colorado and you just look outside and that's enough.
Let's talk about the views. Overall, a pretty dynamic view. I personally like peaks, mountain peaks, and that peak, or I forgot what it's called, it's way too far out. When they zoom in it looks good on camera, but to me that's just way too far out. The rolling hills is okay. It's semi-vegetated, like you have trees, right? I like the fact that it's a very big sky, right? I give it a 7. It gets a 7.
Now, I'm going to get nerdy again. One more detail. I'm sorry for keeping everybody on the hallway for too long. Can we pan up to the ceiling? So, if you look at the length of these hallways, wood planks run perpendicular.
Nice. Okay, that herringbone connection is really nice. What's unfortunate, they really mostly use these wood ceilings on the hallways around the courtyard. They didn't fully incorporate it into the house, and for that rustic look that it looked like an exterior, I was expecting a lot more natural wood, and they just didn't carry through.
Let's go check out the library. This has got to be up there as one of the
best rooms in the whole house. Look at this. Do you see what I'm saying? Light management. This is the only room that they've managed to do it, and it's by far the coolest room in the whole house. It's not overexposed by light. One window and a lot of natural wood, warm carpet, bigger fireplace. Beautiful. By far the best room.
It's an experience to sit down and read a book, I bet. I haven't read one here, but I'm dying to. I will chill in this room and just spend so much time.
I think this is my favorite room in the house.
Do you see what I'm saying? It's so funny to watch them go through this. They don't know what's happening to them, but they express their feelings. It's why I foresee things. That's why I do consulting. Okay, I know if you put these finishes next to each other, I can foresee that it's got different seasons, you have different challenges, different times, and I knew right off the bat with the amount of snow on the ground, this is gonna be it's gonna be a disaster in wintertime with how much sun's gonna come in.
Now, this staircase takes you up to 2 bedrooms that we have above us. First, let's cover the bathroom here. Another stunning vanity.
Enes, you've critiqued so many freaking awesome properties, and you're telling me this is a stunning vanity? What are they trying to do? It's neither this nor that. Complete failure. So far, all the powder rooms and bathrooms, I would give them a 2. I would have rather you finish it with IKEA, I swear to God, than this chrome volcanic material and these stupid tiles and finish. It's just horrible. It's such a Oh my God, like it's just horrible.
Now, let's go check out the first bedroom on this wing.
So this is the second bedroom downstairs, okay? Count the bedrooms.
You know, when I think about great design in mountain homes, I think it first starts with...
I think about your jacket, dude. That's a sick-ass jacket. I want that. This guy's fashion is on point.
I love the layout here. Walls of glass opening up to the outdoors. And the placement of furniture here. Bed is situated on this side.
Dude, is that a double bed? Why is the bed so small? You had a huge wall. What is going on with the design? What is this metal shell? Who designed it? Who's the interior designer of this house? They didn't commit to anything. They didn't commit to the rustic. They didn't commit to the 1960s. They just did a little bit of everything, or a little bit of 2-3 things, and none of them landed.
There's a door here that opens up to a full bathroom.
Okay, good. This is the first bathroom that they got right. This is consistent. The palette they got here, the floors, the tile color they use, and the awesome vanity, the wood color. This is beautiful. This landed. This is by far the best powder room bathroom, at least color-wise, material-wise. Again, you can't even tell the design they're going with. Like, you really got to kind of have an eye for this to kind of know what they're doing. But this landed. Good. They should have done this more consistent with this style in the other ones, right?
Back to the hallway landing. Again, we have the staircase going up to the 2 floors that's above us. Coming this way, we have another amazing lounge.
This is not an amazing lounge. If this is your game room, this is a really, really game room. And I'm keep seeing these eggy shaped things. Like, was there like a, buy one, get 10 free? Did you know the artist? Did you know? Do you own the brand? Again, this is a pretty lame game room.
Now let's check out this entertainment space. I love the textures used here.
I hate the textures used here. What textures? Enes, what do you see that I don't see? The whole element is there's no texture, there's no vibe, there's no energy. They've only like got some like 1970s hippie stuff couches. And what are these bunk beds? What is that?
You have 2 fun bunk beds above.
Dude. You better use these belts to strap yourself, because if you just switch sides while you're sleeping, you're on the freaking floor. This is unsafe. Or maybe it's not for sleeping. Maybe it's just for like watching TV on the second floor. I don't know. This is really strange. This is like completely unsafe for sleeping on.
You have a table here, built-in, massive TV.
Massive TV. You just say them, Enes, right? Like just anything like amazing walls, amazing floors, massive TV. Is that massive? Is this like a movie theater to you, Enes? Is this equivalent of a game room? You've seen so many freaking awesome rooms, and this is just not one of them.
All right, another hallway. Again, opens up to the courtyard. Now, let's check out this bedroom. Super spacious.
Dead. I mean, this bedroom could be anywhere. Again, the style is the same. They don't know really what style it is. They just liked 1960s furniture. There's no winter cabin, ranch cabin, rustic, nothing. There's no element of Colorado in this room. Just, it's a room.
All right, bedroom comes with its own bathroom. Freestanding tub.
Oh my God, we went to another crappy bathroom. Like, what is this? Come on. Am I crazy? Have I lost it, guys? Because this is the ugliest freaking bathroom I've ever seen. I swear I'd rather go with IKEA.
They had to build this little stone tower here to house all the fixtures, water lines, inverters for the fixtures.
It looks like an oil toilet, right? Once they sit down, you press the handle, just shh.
And this room or this bathroom connects to the room next door, which is the office.
Oh my God. Like, do you see what I'm saying? They just forgot. Like they ran out of money. Is this a ranch? Is this a winter cabin? Are we in Colorado? What's going on? Like, come on. You just left us. You forgot about us. You invited us over, and halfway through the house, like pretty much as soon as we walked in, you kind of showed us a few 1960s elements. You did a couple cute things here and there, and then you're like, you're on your own. You're back home. You're back home in your shitty rooms.
Let's go back to the hallway. This is the door I mentioned on the exterior that opens up to this wing, so you have an easy access here. And the last door opens up to another bedroom.
Oh my God, another tiny freaking bed. I don't know why they're just anti-queen or king beds here in this house. But again, very uninspiring. I'll tell you what I like. I'm like, sometimes like I feel like I'm being biased and I really push myself to like, come on, Arvin, there's something good about it. Like, say something good. I guess what I like about it so far, that you have multiple bedrooms next to each other, right? So at least the kids could be next to each other. And the bedroom distribution was not bad, but there's a flaw to it where the primary bedroom is all the way up at the control tower. There's two other bedrooms that are separated from this little nook. So the guests could be in their own corner, right? But the parents are 2 sets of stairs away from their kids. That could be an issue for families.
Or you can use it as another office or another bedroom.
Either these people just don't use their bathrooms, they're either like really constipated and like they use like outdoor toilets. They just didn't want to spend any money in their powder rooms and bathrooms. This is as crappy of a bathroom as it gets.
With that said, we're done on this wing. Now, let's go check out the bedroom tower.
32 years ago, I moved to Vail from New York City, and I fell in love with the mountains, and mountain towns in general have become really popular escapes for people. So what I love is they each have different personalities. And Vail is unlike any other mountain town in that it was built to be a ski resort or a mountain resort destination. We have this intimate little village with this giant ski resort.
Okay, I've never been to Vail, but I'll tell you guys what type of mountain village ski resort towns I like. But to tell you that, it's better to tell you what I don't like first. What I absolutely hate is the resorts and the villages that were expanded or built out of blue for Winter Olympics, like Whistler, right? Absolutely hate it, right? I'm not talking about ski, okay? I'm not talking about the resort, like actual slope, how good of a ski slopes they have. I'm talking about the village, right? To me, my favorite one by far that has that authentic, like natural small town village, that boutiqueness of it, is by far the Telluride. And I just love the dramatic mountains, the tall peaks, and the tight valley that comes in and cuts it in together. I have yet to see a village that tops that in the United States, and I'm still looking. I'm actually going to Aspen, and I'm planning to one day buy a winter vacation home for myself and family. So I'm constantly looking. So if you know a kind of a criteria of a mountain village town in US or in Europe, let me know. Share it with me. I would love to do more research on this.
This is the second bedroom within the bedroom tower that's on the middle floor.
What happened to the ceiling heights? What's up with the beds? They just believed in really, really small beds. It's interesting, like they decided to go with a huge built-in by the window, which is actually diffusing the light in winter time. It's doing a little bit of actual like white light management here. But let's see a little bit more.
Great flow. Views are fantastic. By the way, this bedroom comes with its own full bathroom.
Okay, this is more like it. Like, again, this is much better bathroom than the other ones downstairs. So I'm digging this. I'm enjoying it. Very plain, but at least it goes with that 1960s direction.
Now that's it for this bedroom. Right above us is an amazing primary bedroom suite. Faces the same amazing views.
That was so stupid. That was just so stupid. Oh my God. So it's just like 2 rooms on top of each other.
Glass windows open up, and coming in, this is where we have the bedroom. King size bed.
Finally, we got a king size bed, ladies and gentlemen. In a house, they're trying to sell it for $40 million. We have one king size bed and horrible interior. Look at that back wall. It looks like sperms ran out of the prison and it's just they left themselves loose. What is going on? Look at the curtains. Like, you see how the curtains were such an afterthought? Like, when they built this house, they had no idea that the winter sun and the reflection of the snow is gonna blind their freaking eyes. And they went with what freaking palette? Is that flowers? What is that a Van Gogh painting on the wall? Oh, matching pillows with Oh my God. This is a disaster. A complete disaster. Washed out, all white with the dark wood floors. Horrible.
We have another desk here facing these views.
That's a nice desk. Okay. I like that desk and the views are good, but pay attention again. Like, you see how it's not floor to ceiling? Do you see the difference? You don't need to have floor to ceiling. Like, you still can get amazing views and get a lot of natural light in without the reflection.
Speaking of the views, which I want to apologize, we mentioned it probably a couple hundred times already, but on the east, we have Vail's Gore mountain range.
Look how flat this is, by the way. This is a good parcel of land, guys. You really have a huge promontory. I mean, this is a slight grade, I can imagine, but relatively flat. To create a second area, built area for a clubhouse, guest house, other structures, maybe a horse stable. I like the way it sits in the middle of the valley. You have 360 views, unobstructed. I'm going to improve that view score. I think I gave it a 7. I would like to take that up to 7.5. It is 360 and it's unobstructed 360. It's a nice little promontory.
And continuing this way, really unique wall sconce here, we have the walk-in closet. That pointy wall actually serves as a closet on the other side, dressing table in the center.
This looks like a mudroom. This does not look like a closet to me. This is a pretty freaking heavy-duty take on a closet. If they choose to purchase this for their full-time residents, this is pretty uninspiring closet.
Now, going through the opening, let's tour the bathroom. Beautiful vanity with 2 sinks, chrome fixtures, light boxes on each side of the mirror.
Well done. I mean, this is not, by the way, the standard is so low on the lower floor. I'm like really impressed by these. I think that the vanity is what makes it, really pulls it together. But it's actually an example of you don't need to really spend a lot of money to get this look right. They got it right on, 2 of the bathrooms or 3 of the bathrooms. And on the rest of them, it was a complete and epic failure.
As beautiful as this property looks in the snow, it's actually hiding an important exterior detail, the pond. This is crazy. You can paddleboard on this pond. Can you believe that?
Well, I really wish we could go out there today.
They even have a pond cabana.
And is this pond natural?
I think so. I think they've expanded it a little bit. So it's bigger than what it was, but it is natural.
Yeah.
And they also spent, obviously we can't really see it right now, but they also spent a ton of money landscaping the property.
I don't know about the landscaping. Again, like, do you see the tree line they did up front? Like, they should have continued that, like, tree, like, could have tree lined the lake, okay? I think it would have gave the lake a little bit of more, like, it would have put it on a pedestal and framed the lake better. I think there's a lot of potential with landscaping in this property. It's just not manicured, right, at all.
This property comes with a 3-bedroom cabin that's down below. We passed it the other day. Driving up, that's where the caretaker lives right now.
Well, you told me it was the caretaker's home, but it looked
like a proper house.
Are you saying caretakers don't live in proper houses? This is a $40 million property, bro. Your caretaker should be like a top-notch caretaker. You can't put them in like Section 8 housing. They have the keys to your $40 million mansion. Come on, you got to take care of them.
They wrapped the house with wood and steel and stone, and they used the pine beetle kill to face the house.
Where did this go? It was such a tease, dude. Such a tease. I got so excited when I saw this. And, I hear in the comments, like, Arvin, do more of the mansions that you like. I really thought this would be it. Obviously, the building-looking thing was ridiculous, but I thought it was going to be really rustic on the inside. And they screwed up.
Let's see what else we got here. Walkway that takes you to the pool house. Pool is winterized right now. Now, I don't know what that means exactly. I'm assuming they added a chemical to the pool so the water doesn't freeze. Let's check out the pool house.
Yeah.
Carrying out the same design theme as the main house, this pool house could really be used for so many different things. All right, pool house. Well, it's a gym. It stays that way. Sliding glass doors open up.
Okay, this is really tight. I mean, it's very densely packed gym. Too many equipment for how small it is.
You know what I want to do here? I want to come into this space and like get ready for like a UFC boxing match.
Was that a challenge? Accepted. Ennis, name the place. Name the time. I'll be there.
I have one more architectural question for you.
Please.
So, on a lot of these mountain homes, typically we see kind of steep roof lines. So,
Correct.
when they get a lot of snow, the snow will kind of naturally just fall off. This has a lot more of a flat roof.
Good point, Mikey. Look, not all of it is flat. Like even that mild slope should do it. Now, I wouldn't be surprised there's a heating element under the metal roof to heat it up and melt the snow and go. But there's some parts of it that it is flat, and that's annoying. It will cause problems over the years. Now, some of them have like natural drainage, but again, it's not ideal. Your point on, it could cause issues in the future. Okay, to sum up this property, here's what I really love about the property. I love the land. I believe it's a special parcel of land. It's a lot of acreage. I like the private driveway. I like the approach. And it seems like to be a very good location close to actual village in Vail and the ski resorts, right? What I don't like about it is how the interior did not have a direction, okay? It seemed to me a typical example, I could be wrong on this, but a typical example of too many decision makers and not one like cohesive design, elements of each design, but they're like kind of competing for each other and it's neither this nor that. And that was really, really obvious on the interior. The exterior of the building was much nicer. Now, as far as finishes, but as far as the actual architectural style, I would give this architectural style a 4, a 5. I mean, I've never seen a 3-structure tower blend in with a 1-story building in a beautiful way. Architecturally, it's experimental at best. The exterior finishes were interesting, but again, there was not one dominant feature in the exterior. I feel like, again, some material were competing with each other. You can't have that. You got to choose which one is going to be the dominant material, and then you can have secondary accents, right? Connecting it and blending it together. At times, there's too many exteriors competing with each other. There are other winter cabins that are very, very experimental and possibly worse than this. If you want to see one, click on this one. It's one of my funniest videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the comments.